Hello. Sorry. I just wanted to make sure that I got my key bindings correct as I have them all laid out for this particular stream. But hello, welcome to the cloud stream, the second out of four that we are going to be doing throughout the rest of this week. And I see that we have Edric here, so welcome, Edric. Very glad to have you here, aka Nice Guy. So let's get right on to it. Today is going to be a gaming cloud stream, and so like we usually do, we'll go over the wonderful schedule that I have for you all. So here we have the timeline between the 17th and the 20th of beautiful July. Today we will be playing not just LD, but a game called Walden, a game. So it'll be a very laid back and casual stream today, as I read the book actually, Walden, by Henry David Thoreau. It's a very naturalist, nature sort of book, and pretty much it's very calming and soothing, especially involving nature. This game in particular was made by Game Innovation Lab, and based on the people over there, you play as a philosopher and naturalist Henry David Thoreau and his experiment in self-reliant living at Walden Pond. Live off the land, seek out the small wonders and beauties of the woods, and find balance between your need to survive and your desire to find inspiration. So we are going to essentially transcend, which means becoming one with nature. So I think it's going to be a really fun stream, and we'll be living like Mr. Thoreau, which, believe it or not, the reason why he has become so into nature is because he didn't pay his taxes, and the government found him out, and supposedly his colleagues, like, hey, why don't you take a break into nature, which Thoreau greatly appreciated because, well, he didn't like the U.S. government at the time, and I think it was roughly around the 1800s when the U.S. was doing manifest destiny and claiming rights to land that wasn't technically theirs. So, Henry David Thoreau was not a fan of that. So, that's why he doesn't pay his taxes. And who would want to pay their taxes? Ugh, the government, Taxes can already be such a burden. especially high taxes. But we're not paying taxes today. We're playing a game. And again, all these games on this stream were only for $10. And I think the tax was only 11 cents, if you wanted to know. So today we will be playing Walden, a game, and let me just launch it up here, get it into the clouds. But I'm very excited. Right now I have the settings here, and I'll be switching over to the settings. So we'll be running this at the good old 1080p. And we'll have the graphics quality to fantastic. Fast, good, and yep, we're going all in. Fantastic. So just want to look at other things. We're playing on a mouse and keyboard, so we really don't need a joystick. But WASD, left mouse, right mouse. Left mouse is action, right mouse is inspection, middle mouse is nothing. And jump, of course, is space. Reminds me of the good old days when flash games were a thing. And so we will play this and check it out.
the National
All right.
Endowment for the Humanities, bringing you the stories that define us.
Sorry, let me just bring down the music just a tad. Okay. Thank you. National Endowments. Appreciate it. Made with Unity. Ooh. Loading. Loading, loading, loading. Waiting in pure anticipation right now as it loads my Henry David Thoreau. Walden. A game. Use the arrow keys to navigate menus and enter key to confirm your selection. Alright. Options. Head bob. Alright. Look speed. Captions. Sure. Exhibition mode. I'm not sure what that is. We'll just leave that off. Music volume. I'm seeing that it's a little loud. So I will turn it down just a bit. And the effects to be down and the dialogue volume to be down. Put these here. Just so that this is not too loud. Love the music though. Alright, I'll just leave those like that. Turn Walden. Alright. New game. New game, guys. New game. It's not just LD.
I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and not, when I came to die, discover that I had not lived. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, to live so sturdily and Spartan-like as to reduce it to its lowest terms, and, if it proved to be mean, to get the whole and genuine meanness of it, or if it were sublime, to know it by experience, and to give a true account of it.
To begin living Thoreau's experiment, seek out the glittering arrowheads throughout the woods. The first one is on the rock between you and the cabin. I don't know if that was too quiet for you guys, but I'm always welcome to increase the volume. Just before the stream, actually, looks like we can move to, which, wow, this looks really beautiful. I did have some audio problems, so let me know if you want anything to be changed, as I am willing to do so. Move closer, center, and click on objects like arrowheads to interact with them. Okay. I see. Here we have the mouse. You could probably also just turn it up just a bit. Options. Alright.
When I wrote the following pages, or rather the bulk of them, I lived alone in the woods, a mile from any neighbor, in a house which I had built myself, on the shore of Walden Pond, in Concord, Massachusetts, and earned my living by the labor of my hands only.
So yeah, Thoreau was a really independent person. Didn't like to associate with other people. Didn't really like society that much. So he actually built a cabin by his own in the middle of the woods, and I think, yeah, the cabin is still standing, believe it or not. after so many years. Press and hold the right mouse button over anything in the world to inspect it closely. Wasn't that also the left button?
Interesting.
Oh, okay. Arrowhead. As much as sportsmen go in pursuit of ducks and gunners of musquash and scholars of rare books and travelers of adventures and poets of ideas and all men of money, I go in search of arrowheads.
When I first took up my abode in the woods, my house was not finished. It was a pleasant hillside where I worked, covered with pine woods, through which I looked out on the pond, and a small open field in the woods where pines and hickories were springing up.
Cool, cool. Very cool. So, I think, we're gonna be reading a lot of poems, and kind of just connect. You have a letter on your doorstep, click on it to pick it up. I have a letter on my doorstep. Oh, here it is. Letter from Sophia. I think Sophia was, I can't remember exactly. Here, let's see what we got.
July 4th, 1845. Dearest Henry, congratulations on the start of your experiment. I hope that the work goes well and the ideas are fruitful. Mr. Emerson says you are intent to devour yourself in our woods, but I hope that you will remember to take good care and keep yourself well. Mother worries, as do I. Your loving sister,
That's
Sophia.
right. Sophia, not Sophia. Sophia. Interesting. Press time to reread your mail wherever you are in the world. Cool. So yeah, he did have a family. So I wouldn't say he's all entirely alone in this world, but I think he just didn't really know much of what he was getting into other than no more GOV, I guess. No more government. Alright, here's another arrowhead.
There is some of the same fitness in a man's building his own house that there is in a bird's building its own nest. Who knows, but if men constructed their dwellings with their own hands and provided food for themselves and families simply and honestly enough, the poetic faculty would be universally developed, as birds universally sing when they are so engaged.
Well said. I gotta say, his poems are really deep, so one would have to, like, sit down and actually analyze it quite a lot. Oh, here's another arrowhead.
What are you doing now? Emerson asked. Do you keep a journal? So I make my first entry today.
Okay. Press J to open and close your journal. Walden Pond. This is your journal, collection of all the ideas you found in the woods. The first page is a map of Walden. Use the Q and E keys to switch, I think, between the pages. Money. Yeah, he had about $1.89, which I guess back in the 1800s was a lot of bank. Food about half full, fuel about half full, clothing somewhere, shelter under construction, fully rested and inspired. To do or not to do? Nothing. Early summer, page 5. Journal, 1845, early summer. I went to the woods because I wished to live deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life, and not when I came to die discover that I had not lived. I wanted to live deep and suck out all the marrow of life, to live so sturdily and Spartan-like as to reduce it to its lowest terms, and, if it proved to be mean, to get the whole and genuine meanness of it, or if it were sublime, to know it by experience and to give a true account of it. When I wrote the following pages, or rather the bulk of them, I lived alone in the woods, a mile from any neighbor, in a house which I had built myself on the shore of Walden Pond in Concord, Massachusetts, and earned my livings by the labor of my hands only. So basically, if I look at this actually, hold on. I think we already have read some of this. I guess reading it a second time doesn't hurt. It's actually quite relaxing to read. I hope I'm not putting the chat to sleep. This is epic map. Yep. You gotta love the features of Walden Pond, which is where he lived. Okay, so I think I can press escape, right? Or X or Z or C. How do I get out of here? Let me go back. Okay. Yeah, I just click. Or oh, I just move away. I got a lot of letters here. Letter from Dr. Agizis. Click on the letter to read it. Dr. Agizis.
July 1845. Dear Mr. Thoreau, my employer, Dr. Agassiz, was happy to meet you last month with Mr. Emerson, and was quite impressed with your knowledge of local biology. He wonders if you might be able to provide some specimens for him to use in his work. Dr. Agassiz would gladly come to Concord to collect such specimens himself, but is drawn away by numerous and pressing engagements. If you are amenable to this idea, we will soon send you requests for these items and are happy to pay you for your trouble. Sincerely, James Elliott Cabot, Assistant to Dr. Agassiz, Harvard University.
I guess we're also tasked to collecting some species of animals out here. And looks like it's nighttime, and if you've ever played Minecraft, there are monsters outside. Mobs, whatever you call them. Let's pick
July
something else up.
1845. My dear Henry, Mr. Emerson has assisted
dear
my
Henry.
family in acquiring a house near Concord, and there we are now, riding, living like philosophers, which is to say, with little but happily. I will visit you soon and bring Mr. Garrison of the Liberator. We have all been so inspired by his earnest and unequivocal writings regarding the moral stain of slavery on our nation. Perhaps he will speak at our Lyceum on the topic. Yours truly, A. Bronson Alcott.
Yeah, another thing too is Thoreau was also against slavery, and so most of his poems too spoke out from the practices of slavery and abolishing slavery, which I think took place before the Civil War, 1845. So yeah, somewhere around there. Yeah. It's getting dark. Press L to take out or put away your lantern. Lantern. Can I just go to sleep? Sleep? Bed?
Interesting.
My furniture consisted of a bed, a table, a desk. Yeah, that's another thing. Okay, not believing this. Or, excuse me, not making this up. He had like the most minimalist furniture out there. Which makes sense around 1845. You have no microwave, no fridge, no internet. But you see the preservation, or what once was Thoreau's living quarters, and it was bare. You know, it literally looks just like this. Here's your table, it's a chair. Really not very spacious, and only meant for maybe one person. Definitely not like a whole circus to be in here. Wood knife. Find by my own experience a few implements, a knife, an axe, a spade, a wheelbarrow, etc. And for the studious, lamplight, stationery, and access to a few books rank next to necessaries, and can all be obtained at a trifling cost. I'm assuming trifling is absurd cost. It is now evening, soon it will be time to rest and reflect on the day. Sorry, I totally skipped over this. 3 chairs, a looking glass 3 inches in diameter, a pair of tongs, and andirons, a kettle, a skillet, and a frying pan, a dipper, a wash bowl, 2 knives and forks, 3 plates, 1 cup, 1 spoon, a jug for oil, a jug for molasses, and a japanned lamp. Well, I'm ready to deflect. Oh gosh, there's like not much around here either. Solitude, cairn, task, job, boat, campfire, fishing spot. So we got some stuff to do here. Oh, sorry. I think this is where I reflect. Now it's time to reflect your day in the woods. Each evening when you hear the clock chime, review the notes that you've made in your journal during the day. Okay. I hear the chiming. So pretty much all of what we've read today. So I'll just go back. Wake where you are. Yes. I would like to wake up where I am. You have another letter by your front door. You may get more mail as the days pass. Okay, who's delivering my mail? Who's delivering my mail if I live in the middle of the woods? Press and hold the right mouse button to check your food stores here. Oh, you're running out of food. Oh, okay, I'm running out of food. The food jar icon will appear in the lower left corner. When this happens, find grow or buy more food to refill your stores. Sorry, there's so many messages happening. I need to go get food. And something tells me your food.
Interesting.
High bush blueberry. I make my supper of blueberries. Press escape to pause the game. From the pause menu, you can save or exit the game. Oh, okay. I find there's just a lot of stuff going on. Okay, save my game. Here. Cabin. Okay. I saved. I make my supper of blueberries and lay up a store for several days. The fruits do not yield the true flavor to the purchaser of them, nor to him who raises them for the market. It is early summer. This plant is ripe. Click on it to pick it. Blueberry. Blueberry. Oh, am I good? Food that you find, grow, or buy will find your food stores. The food jar icon will glow green when they are completely filled. Food. Food. Me at a Taco Bell. Okay. I know I was like, I don't want to make any relatable jokes, but that was a good one. Because look at my hands. I want them blueberries. Gotta make the food jar green. This is the gamer grind. Gamer grind. You have as much food as you can store at this time. You can check your food stores by pressing the right mouse button. Okay. And I have a letter on the rock. Offering to lend you an axe. Letter from Emerson. Oh, thanks, Emerson.
July 1845. Dear Henry, you've told me yourself that it is difficult to begin anything without borrowing, and I know that you can use an axe, so I've left one for you in my front yard by the chopping stump. Do come by any time to fetch it. Perhaps we can discuss the new lecture I am working on while you are here. Your friend, Ralph Waldo Emerson.
I think that, yeah, that was his colleague that brought him here. Location items you need to find and tasks you might want to do will be marked with a red X on the map in your journal. And I think my journal was J. And so we have something to do here. We have a task. So we can go and... I think that might be a good idea. We can go up here, up north to the Emersons to go pick up our chopping axe. So let's do that. Remember, we are entirely in the woods, so something tells me I'm going to have to refer to the map quite a lot to know where I'm going, but I think we're making way. Besides, I could probably use an axe to build more of my house. You can run by holding a shift key while moving. Running uses more energy, so don't overexert yourself. Okay. Okay. I'm gonna take a little pause. I don't know if like an energy bar appears. I don't know how much of the gaming side we're gonna get out of this game, because this is probably all we have. Press J to open and close your journal. The first map page is a map of the woods. Okay, I'm getting close to the Emersons. Just follow this path. I think the Emersons also owned the Walden property. Oh, hey. Here we are. Just up ahead, guys. Just up ahead. This road would lead away from the woods to the town of Concord. I don't think little Thoreau here wants us to do that. But, the Emersons. This is the home of Ralph Waldo Emerson, your mentor and friend. You can enjoy his library or to... Whoa, somebody was running. The heck? Okay. Axe. It's difficult to begin without borrowing, but perhaps is the most generous course, thus to permit your fellow men to have an interest in your enterprise. You now have an axe, which you can use at chopping stumps throughout the woods, stumps with axes in them, to replenish your fuel stores. Click and drag to make the motion shown by the arrow. Click and drag to make the motion. Oh! Oh! Listen for the sounds of life in the distance will add to your inspiration. You'll often hear them if you linger at the edge of the woods. Okay, thank you. Oh! Not the right motion. Come on. Yeah. We're chopping wood. You now have an axe, which you can use. That's what I'm doing. Chopping axe simulator, guys. Oh my gosh. There we go. Man, I'm just breaking a sweat here, guys. Moving my mouse in a parabolic way to get my axe to hit. Chop it. Oh, you are now there. You need to rest near a fire to restore your energy, or you can take a walk in the woods to regain energy. Come back later and finish your task. Thoreau's all tired. Click on arrowheads with orange glints to discover the memories they reveal. Okay, wow, there's a lot of things. There is a ton of things coming up at me, which I guess is to expect for a Laurel Thoreau life sim, but there's a lot of things popping up, guys. Oh, a bone.
Interesting.
Dog bone. Do what you love. Know your own bone. Not it. Bury it. Unearth it, and gnaw it still. Yeah, I think everything around Thoreau, he wrote something about it. Because that definitely sounds like Thoreau and not somebody else that wrote it for this game. Excuse me. Looking at chat here, it was ice cream day. Yep, I can't believe it was ice cream day. Wonder if it's in general just all ice cream. My favorite flavor is vanilla. Get out of here, you chocolate people. I'm kidding. But or strawberry. Vanilla or strawberry, they're my favorite ice creams. Nothing like talking about ice cream while walking in the woods. So peaceful. So homey. I might just take a moment here to take in awe. The trees, which let's inspect. Beautiful. And the trees, let's inspect. Beautiful. I can see the pine cones. Maybe I just might write a poem about pine cones. You have discovered Brister's orchard. These wild apple trees produce fine fruit from late summer through the fall. Cool. I just heard a school bell too.
Interesting.
Wild apple tree. The flowers of the apples are perhaps the most beautiful of any tree, so copious and so delicious to both sight and scent. The walker is frequently tempted to turn and linger near some more than usually handsome one. This is not ripe in early summer. Looks like we're gonna have to wait a little longer. Also, I probably need to refer to my map. Oh. Use key and E to look through your old mail. Oh, sorry. J. Sorry. Okay, so we did what we did. But it says here that we have a job, which is back at the Emersons. Okay. I thought we had to do a task, but now we have a job. Okay. We'll just go back to where we came from. And, I see that we have a little food jar icon, which means we need to go get food. Looks like our blueberries did not last very long. Okay, I need to plan this out. Maybe Emerson in his lecture will give me a sandwich. I'm sure they've made sandwiches back in 1845. Surely. Good old turkey sandwich. Sure, Subway didn't exist, or Jimmy John's, or Jersey Mike's. I'm sure they had the good old bread and the good old turkey. And Emerson, I'm hungry, dude. Give me a sandwich. Also, what is this? Waldo's Cup and Ball. How contagious are boys' games? A short time ago, they were spinning tops on all the country over. Now every boy has a stick curved at the end for hockey in its hand. Whether in yards or in distant lanes, I meet them. Cleaning up toys earns 3 cents. Also, Arrowhead. Okay.
It's very good to make your acquaintance, Mr. Thoreau. Your sister seems to believe our thoughts and philosophies are very much aligned. It is good to find a youth so interested in the finer fruits of thought.
You're welcome, Emerson. And let me make 3 pennies for cleaning up your toys. You can clean up young Waldo's toys to earn money from Emerson.
Ah, hello.
Good afternoon.
Hey. What you doing? Press and hold the right mouse button over fire to see your energy level. Fires will rise as you rest near them and die down again once you have regained all your energy. I sometimes left a good fire when I went to take a walk in a winter afternoon. And when I returned 3 or 4 hours afterward, it would be still alive and glowing. You are fully rested. Nice. Thoreau? Buddy?
Oh, Henry. How goes your new experiment? Has genius struck yet at my woodlot?
No genius at only summer hairs. Interacting close with animals by pressing and holding the right mouse button, and I didn't have time to read that, but okay.
Yes, in fact, the experiment is going quite well.
Yeah.
Excellent to hear. I do look forward to reading your new work. I hope you're keeping a good journal, full of your insights about life in the woods. Since you're here, I could use your assistance with some research I'm doing for a new lecture. Could you spare the time to help me?
Sure.
Certainly.
Well, thank you. I know you're quite busy with your own work, but I need help finding my copy of Homer's Iliad. I saw that you were reading it down by a new cabin. Do you still have it there?
I haven't seen it, but I can
haven't
look for
seen
it.
it, but I can look for it.
Wonderful. Let me mark the very spot I think I left it on your map so that you can find it. In the meanwhile, I found some books on bean planting and local wildlife you might find useful. I put them on the table in my library for you.
That shouldn't be difficult to find. I'll see you again
That shouldn't
soon.
be difficult to find. I'll see you again soon.
Seashell. Ralph Waldo Emerson, I would that were worthy to be any man's friend. This is your friend and mentor, Emerson. Click on him to interact. I got that just by looking at the seashell. Seashell. How about this book? I don't think I can pick it up, but books. Books. Edible plants in Massachusetts. I learned that it would cost incredibly little trouble to obtain one's necessary food, even in this latitude that a man may use as simple a diet as the animals, and yet retain I'm not ignoring it. I'm too busy reading. Huckleberry, blackberry. Smooth stomach, groundnut. Okay, cool. I got some fruits. Old Farmer's Almanac. Almanacs were pretty much the internet back then. Made by farmers to know when it's good to harvest for next year's. Pretty much predicted and gave insight and information to help with all the farmers and their cropping to ensure good produce before any later seasons like the winter or, you know, spring or fall, because plants have different seasons. Hummingbirds, nighthawk, chickadees, blue jays, song sparrows. Cool. Books. Well, can I go to sleep on this couch? Probably not. Can I barge in? No, I don't think I can. These letters may give you insight into your relationship with Emerson. This will change from season to season. I can read Emerson's letters?
Miss Fuller,
Okay.
it was a pleasure to meet you, and thank you for the introductions to such brilliant new company. I am sure that writers such as these will fill our new journal with rays of golden talent. I have another name to add to the roster of our dial, Mr. Henry David Thoreau, a fine, brave youth of this town from whom I expect great things. I will send you some of his work soon. My son, young Waldo, is very well, and wife Lydian sends her love. R.W. Emerson.
Miss Fuller. Nice. Okay, I need to go get some food. And it's dark. And I thought he had a sandwich. Alright, I just got money. Okay, it's locked. Here I am getting money for picking up toys and reading letters when I am starving.
Henry, there you are.
Yeah, do you got any food? Do you have any food? Can I go behind you? Excuse me, sir? This house. There's literally only one room open and I can't even get food. What is that? That's not food. That's an arrow, isn't it? Food. Food. Oh gosh. Hammer. Okay.
Men have become the tools of their tools. The man who independently plucked the fruits when he was hungry has become a farmer, and he who stood under a tree for shelter, a housekeeper. We now no longer camp as for a night, but have settled down on Earth and forgotten heaven.
Okay. I mean, we just gotta make do what we make do, Thoreau. You know. To survive.
Every day or two, I stroll to the village to hear some of the gossip which is incessantly going on there, circulating either from mouth to mouth or from newspaper to newspaper, and which, taken in homeopathic doses, was really as refreshing in its way as the rustle of leaves and the peeping of frogs.
Thoreau likes the drama. He's a little drama queen. Nice. Okay, so I'm hearing chimes, so do I just reflect on my day by reading my journal? Okay. We will go through the journal. Yep. Alright. Where you are at your cabin, wake at your cabin. Because I have to go get a book. And so we're gonna just do a fast spawn, a fast travel. Sweet. Oh, here, it's another
I
room.
learned that it would cost incredibly little trouble to obtain one's necessary food, even in this latitude. That a man may use as simple a diet as the animals, and yet retain health and strength.
Awesome. I'm assuming we're looking at the jar. The food shelf. Okay. Water jug and bowl. Well, for water and low, there I made the servant. Roman priest of Braha, who said since the one. Our buckets, as it were great, Together in the same well, the pure Walden water is mingled with the secret water of the Gandhis, excuse me. Okay, no letters on my doorstep. And I'm hungry, so blueberries? Blueberries. Gotta eat or I'm going to starve. I'm too busy reading that I'm hungry. Loving me the blueberries. Waiting till it's green. So I know that I'm pretty good. This is a very relaxing experience. Listening to music, picking the fruits of labor, hearing the birds chirp, and writing about anything I see in the most beautiful of paragraphs. Okay, it's green. So now if I go over here, what is this? Notice? If I go over here, look at my food jar. It's full. Sweet. Oh, hey, rabbit. Lepus americanus. That is the Latin word. Something that the scientific community uses for identifying animals. The hairs were so nearly the color of the ground that they could hardly be distinguished when still. Sometimes, in the twilight, I alternately lost this recovered sight of one sitting motionless under my window. I'm gonna call this rabbit Bugs Bunny. Before Space Jam, A New Odyssey. Just good old Bugs Bunny. What's going on, Doc? Okay. Notice of unpaid taxes. Guys, they're after us. They're gonna get us right now. Notice of unpaid taxes. If I deny the authority of the state where it presents its tax bill, it will soon take and waste all my property, and so harass me without end. This is hard. This makes it impossible for a man to live honestly and comfortably in outward respects. This is a tax notice. Click on it to read it. But I live in the woods. By the authority of the Massachusetts Constitution, CI Section 1, ART, Article 5, excuse me. Each male citizen 16 years old or older, except those who by reason of age, infirmity, and poverty may in the judgment of the assessors be unable to contribute towards the public charges, be assessed each year $1.50. Such amount, including back taxes not paid for a total of $9, is payable immediately by the collection agent at the general store in Concord. If any person shall refuse or neglect to pay his tax, the collector may take the body of such person and commit him to prison until he shall pay the tax. Notice of non-payment poll taxes. Thoreau. Henry David Thoreau, HD. Well, that's not good. But we're just gonna hit nails anyways. Building my house. Home Depot song kicks in. Your shelter is progressing nicely. You have completed 2 walls. Let's just keep doing some walls. Boom. Love the humming. We'll keep doing this because I have to pay taxes. And also, did you guys see that? Something happened. Oh gosh, I'm getting tired. Okay, we're done. Shh, breathe, Thoreau. Look at it, it's coming nicely. Nice Venetian blinds. And is that an IKEA desk? The Mickey? Nice. And oh wow. I love just the old mid-century New York modernism around here. Also, telescope, spyglass. Okay, not only do we have to pay our taxes, but we're also an agent of the CIA. I amused myself with looking through a spyglass at the tops of the woods and the horizon. It was pleasant to bring them so near and to visualize the trees. I could easily have seen a hawk sailing over the top of the wood and possibly his nest in some higher tree. Also, I want my arrowhead. outside. I need to go outside and get my arrowhead. Your home, I began to occupy my house on the 4th of July. Happy Independence Day. As soon as it was boarded and roofed, it is still under construction. Cool. Huh. Spect rock. Oh, sorry. I should just go like this and have all things examined. Look at this. Examine, examine, examine. Oh wow, I'm getting so much information, guys. It is just writing it all down. Okay, we just got a bunch of information just by going like this. Oh, this is a fun game. What? Old man mushroom. I wasn't even looking at that, but are you poisonous? Every countryman of the fourth stomach. I don't know.
Interesting.
Smooth stomach. Are they crimson or vermilion? I'm not sure, but the bunches of smooth stomach berries are handsomest when but partly turned. The green berries shown in velvet. Crimson cheeks say about August 1st or early in August as early summer. This plant is ripe. Click on it to pick it. It's all about getting the foods. Let's get some of that. And I'm sorry, I need to go find a book. Sorry, the taxes to the government threw me off. What book am I supposed to look at here? Is it? No. Where's my book? Where's my book? Book. Let me look at my map. That's not the map, that's my taxes. Okay. So, there's a big ol' X somewhere due south of us. So, I wish I could, like, turn with this, but I think I'm heading in the right direction. Let me look at my map again. Oh, look, there's Bugs Bunny. No, go away, taxes. We're not gonna pay our taxes because we're rebels. But I swear, now am I heading? I am. Somewhere over here is my task book that I've left, and I go looking for my book. What is that? You could fish if you had your fishing rod. The spot where you left it is marked with a red X on the map in your journal. Press J to open it. Okay, I have two things.
Interesting.
A fishing spot. But that other X. Is it here? By the fire? You're fully rested. I'm so confused. Where is it? My book. I feel like I've passed it, and I'm acting silly. Where is it? Supposedly I have a task, guys, but I'm not even sure what it is. Also, arrowhead.
My house was on the side of a hill, immediately on the edge of the larger wood, in the midst of a young forest of pitch pines and hickories, and half a dozen rods from the pond, to which a narrow footpath led down the hill. In my front yard grew the strawberry, blackberry, and life everlasting, John's wort and goldenrod, shrub oaks and sand cherry, blueberry and groundnut.
Cool. I think we all looked at those by just spamming our mouse. Okay, I don't know where this book is. So I'm just going to go fishing. Go on fishing, they said. Go away. I wonder how the government is finding me in the middle of a wilderness. I mean, literally, there is nobody here but me. Like, and some bunnies, and the Emersons. You know, that's it. Also, let me get the food. Because you know, I'm hungry. Okay. And it's dark. But you know what? Maybe the fish are not sleeping. Okay, fun fact. Fish do not sleep. I think what happens is they'll lay still motionless, but their eyes will be like wide open. But yeah, fish do not sleep at all. They don't. Speaking of which, it's getting dark, and I'm getting close to the fishing spot. It's up here at the pier. Squirrel! You have discovered Sandbar Point, a good place to fish or watch the sunrise. Oh, here's my fishing rod. Okay. Oh gosh. Alright. Nothing like going fishing before going to sleep, you know? You know, I have a fishing rod. Oh, what? Wait, why did I... Okay, I don't know what happened. I think I got like a tadpole and that's why I sighed. Ooh, big old boy. Nice. Okay. I got like a little grouper. Love me some groupers, and alright, we're gonna head back in this dismal day. Not a bad, I think it's been like 2 or 3 days. I see the fire, which is nice. Always glowing 3 hours and 4 hours past time. Here it is. Fire. Also, arrow.
The grand necessity, then, for our bodies is to keep warm, to keep the vital heat in us.
Gotta stay warm. Alright. Oh gosh, there's another arrow. There's all these arrowheads.
My residence was more favorable not only to thought, but to serious reading than a university. And though I was beyond the range of the ordinary circulating library, I had more than ever come within the influence of those books which circulate round the world.
So we got much exposure to lures. They soon Walden woods will change to reflect the passing seasons. You found Emerson's copy of Homer. Return it to him to claim the inspiration this text offers. From the Lila by Homer. You brought this copy of Homer's epic poem about the Trojan War, 800 BCE, with you to read at the pond. One of the oldest known works of Western literature, it speaks to your love of the classics and reading the story of both the glories and horrors of war. You are likely to be reminded of the imperience of human life and its creations. Cool. I found it, right? Will raise your inspiration. Cool. My inspiration is raising. Hi, Bugs Bunny. Now we're gonna go through. Seriously, who keeps dropping these arrows?
The necessaries of life for man in this climate may, accurately enough, be distributed under the several heads of food, shelter, clothing, and fuel. For not till we have secured these are we prepared to entertain the true problems of life with freedom and a prospect of success.
Well said. And something to salute. I hear the clock. Check in. Alright. Let me open up my journal. Let's reflect on today. On 2 fishing spots, a campfire in this book, so we can go back and return it to the Emersons for some good old dough. Hopefully it's more than 3 cents. The construction, fully rested and inspired. Fuel near maximum capacity, low supply. Very nice. Okay. I think we're good. Let's wake where we are.
Here in the woods, I live in each season as it passes. Breathe the air, drink the drink, taste the fruit, and resign myself to the influence of the earth.
Cool. Oh, there's another letter.
August, 1845.
Oh,
Dear
yes.
Henry, don't forget that we care for you and miss you at home. Should you visit, I have left a surprise for you on the game table, as I know you love a good challenge. Stay safe and healthy. Your sister, Sophia.
Well, thanks, Sophia. Wonder if it's Wii Sports. That is a good challenge. Okay, so my food supplies are low, so I'll just... Oh, what happened to my blueberries? These things are good, right? This plan is ripe, okay. So there's a changing of seasons, I guess, because it's now August and it's no longer July. That's why the leaves have changed their color. Quite nice. You think Thoreau was a fruitarian? Vegetarian? I mean, I know we did catch fish, but I've been mainly sticking to my fruit group here. Which makes me believe his diet was mostly just fruits. That and the fact that when you walk out of your house and your grocery store is like 3 steps in front of you. I mean, how convenient is that? The only inconvenience is somehow the IRS can find you in the middle of the wilderness and say that you have to pay your taxes. Like, come on, honestly. I'm kind of happy, or I should say I'm actually quite happy that I read some of Thoreau's work and looked into this guy before playing this game in my high school curriculum, because, you know, for most people they're dozing in the class, but to me, I definitely looked up to this guy. I liked his style, his vibe. He seemed like a really cool and chill guy. All about that nature life. And being that, you know, he's kind of in an isolation in the so-called experiment, he isn't that crazy to where he still has access to his friend just a walk away. So, you know, it's not like naked and afraid, but more sinister and civil. So let's go on. Do a quick time check. Ooh. Alright, wow. I did not know it was like 9 o'clock.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Hi.
You found my home. Good for you, Henry.
Yep.
I
Homer
wanted to
Simpson.
look at that passage about the generations of mankind and how they're like the autumn leaves. You know the one I mean.
I'm Thoreau, so yeah,
Yes,
baby.
I've read it.
Well, that's good. I'd hoped you would, and that it would give you inspiration. Your experiment reminds me of the image of heroic life that Homer gives us. I wonder, can we all make our lives heroic in our quality of living, if not on the field of battle? Since you're here, I've also been looking all over for my works of Confucius. I was reading it the other day down by the marsh. Have you seen it there by any chance?
No, I have not seen it, but Confucius sounds like confusing.
I haven't seen it, but I can look for it.
Wonderful. Let me mark the very spot I think I left it on your map so that you can find it.
That shouldn't be difficult to find. I'll see you again soon.
Okay. So I guess really this is a fetch quest guy, huh? Wants to get you all these books so you can do your lecture. I bet it will be a good one, thanks to us getting you all these books, and look at me. I'm trying to save money by picking up children's toys to somehow pay my taxes.
Ah, there you are, Henry. This new poem of yours is exceptional. I think it may be the purest strain and the loftiest that has yet peeled from this unpoetic American forest. Tell me, what are you working on next? And have you thought much of publishing your work, so that it might reach beyond our small hamlet?
I don't think Thoreau actually published his work, and only until Self-Discovery. Or I think by his sister, actually, who found raps of poetry, did she actually publish it. Thoreau was very, very shy, I think. Also, is that a hula hoop? They existed back then. That darn kid running around, leaving his toys all over the ground. That rhymed. And I think it's because we played this wonderful game. Walden, a game. So, totally did not realize that it is 9 o'clock. I'm looking over at my time. Okays. Let me save this game here. Sorry, save game. Emerson's house. This was a really fun game. Let me just quit the desktop. And yeah, I had a good time playing this game, and I hope you did too. My voice is actually slightly parched because we had to do so much reading. One thing that I didn't like about this game is all of the alerts and the text and it was a lot in your face sometimes, and all these like notifications would appear, and then like you read them, and then you read them so slow that they disappear, and you're like, what? I didn't catch that. So I know it's all about Thoreau, and so there's going to be a lot of words because it's the American poet, at the time, 1845, in Walden Pond. But other than that, I rhymed towards the end, and I think it's because I too was inspired of reading some of Thoreau's work. So that's what I love about this cloud stream. Every day is something new, and by buying this random list of 1,000 games for $10, every day is something new. So speaking of which, tomorrow is something new. We're going to be doing some robot fighting, which is, I know, an absolutely completely different turn than what we did today. That's a game that maybe we should, or yeah, I should pick up again. Just because it was really fun, and I didn't even realize time passed. I was so involved in the game, and my fishing and my chopping with my mouse movement, going like this with the mouse, or cutting down wood, so I had to go like this with the mouse. It was cute, and every time I missed, can't believe I missed my chopping swing. So dramatic, but so cute at the same time. So anyways, thank you for watching. Thank you, Edric, for reminding me that today was National Ice Cream Day. Always keeping me up with the weird holidays that we have outside of the norm, Yellow Pig Day and that stuff. So thank you, nice guy. Anyways, thank you for watching, and until next time, take it easy. Take it easy.